So one really important thing to keep in mind when you're assembling your bead reservoirs is to keep a little bit of a gap here between the bottom of the 50 mil tube and the base, the tip of this PTFE tubing. You can see I've given just a small gap here so that any beads that are inside this 50 mil tube can easily go into this PTFE tubing without any blockages. So another thing to consider when you put this tubing in is if you put it too far above the base, there will be a lot of dead volume, meaning there'll be a lot of beads at the bottom which don't get sucked up. So you don't want this gap to be too large, but at the same time, if it's touching the base here, the beads can get sucked up and create a clog and not allow all the beads to get into our microfluidic chips. So having this tiny 1 millimeter gap is very useful to avoid blockages. Also, you can see the tubing is more free to move around. So when the vortices are shaking, the beads can get evenly suspended, and that also helps get the beads up into our microfluidic chips. So just a little bit of a gap is what I think you should have. So you can actually fine tune that gap by loosening your nut just a little bit. You can see as you loosen it, it also raises the height or the distance between the base and the tubing. So you won't know the actual distance till you've screwed it in all the way down like this. So I've screwed it in all the way down, and this is the actual distance we have here. So if you want to adjust the distance, just screw it out a little bit, adjust it a little bit up or down depending on how far away your base of the tubing is from the base of the 50 mil tube, and then just screw it in and tighten it, and that should give you approximately the position that you want.